If you're looking for a video that describes what we regret about moving to Panama, you're in the right place. Let's get to it. Welcome to another episode of Go Explore Panama. I'm your host and guide, Big Will, and today we're going to be recovering the top 5 things that we regret moving to Panama. But before we get into this, let me take a quick moment to remind you about our mission. Our mission is actually helping people relocate to Panama. We do that through a variety of services. We have consultation calls so people can get a video chat for an hour to pick our brains, ask us questions, go over your plans, where to live, what's life like. All the burning questions that you have, we cover in that hour. We also have a relocation guide, which is basically your cheat sheet for how to move here. It's a blueprint that makes moving here incredibly simple. We've helped 41 families so far. I'm pretty sure we can help you too. And we also offer full service relocation tours where you get to come down to Panama and basically test drive what being an expat is going to be like. And as a special bonus for people that are actually paid members of this channel, you receive 10% off of all of our relocation services. Just contact me for your code and go get ready to get moving. All right, so let's get to it. What are the things that we regret moving to Panama? Number 5, missing family and friends. It goes without saying that any kind of move from your hometown is going to involve separation from the people that you grew up with, your network. But I'm here to tell you that an international move is a little bit different than moving from state to state. We really start missing family and friends, and the things that we miss are the day-to-day details. So we have contact with family and friends. You know, we can chat. We use WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, phone calls, Zoom. Everybody learned how to communicate remotely during COVID. We do the same thing. But the things that we miss are the birthday parties, the graduation parties, the little bitty things. I fell and bumped my knee, come over and help me feel better about it. Those types of things are the things that we miss. We go back home and see people maybe once a year or once every other year. It depends. Look, I'm not that excited about going back to the U.S. for obvious reasons. Things are off the hinges right now, but we go back to visit. And I've moved. I'm not even getting into that. This move is a little bit different than my previous moves because I've moved several times and was still able to stay in contact with people pretty well. But moving internationally is a whole different animal, and we're starting to realize how that works. So as an American living in the United States, what you experience on a day-to-day basis is just completely different than what an American living in Panama experiences. So we're not inundated with the negative news all the time. We're not inundated with stories of the orange one and what he's doing all the time, or seeing the effects of that, or heat waves, or anything like that. We don't have to worry about the price of eggs or the price of beef. So we're not participating in the joint activities or the joint suffering at this point that's going on in the United States and some of those activities. So that is one of the regrets about this move, and there's ways to mitigate it, but you know, it is what it is. Number 4, we miss live show musical concerts. We loved going to see Prince and Beyonce, Jay-Z, Michelle India-Cello, or anybody that was in town. We miss getting the tickets and getting dressed and going out to eat and doing all the things around those concerts that you do. Just most recently, we were trying to plot a strategy for visiting the United States just to see Beyonce and the Cowboy Carter tour. Those are the types of things that we miss. But they do have concerts here. They're just not the artists that we're familiar with. So there's opportunities to go out, but we do miss those concerts. Dreaming of Panama, white sand beaches, vibrant culture, maybe even a pet sloth sounds amazing, right? But then reality hits. Where do you even begin? Visas, banking, figuring out if your toaster oven can even cross borders legally? Spoiler alert, probably not. Trying to navigate a new country without a guide is like trying to build IKEA furniture with only a picture of a finished product. You'll just end up with extra parts and a strong desire to just lie on the floor. That's where the Go Explore Panama Relocation guy swoops in like a superhero with a clipboard and a really good tan. This isn't just a guide, y'all. It's your personal Panamanian cheat sheet. We've crammed all the nitty-gritty details, the insider tips, and the don't get scammed secrets into one easy to follow guide. From finding the perfect neighborhood to understanding the local cultures and which hand gesture not to use. We got you covered. Think of it as your essential first step before you accidentally try to pay for groceries with Monopoly money. We've all been there, right? Stop dreaming and start doing. Grab your Go Explore Panama Relocation guide today and make your move to paradise as smooth as a fresh mango smoothie. Because the only thing you should be stressing about is which beach to visit first. Number 4, we regret not having assistance in moving to Panama like you do with Go Explore Panama. When we moved here, there was no one helping us. There was no guide to follow. We didn't have a cheat sheet like you have access to know what to do. And we made some mistakes. We bumped our head. We missed some dates that were important for filing residency process in a timely manner. We got it done, but like I said, there were some hiccups along the way. Maybe the biggest hiccup was paying for a year lease in advance to negotiate money off of the rent. I was so proud of myself. I negotiated $250 off of our monthly rent for the first year by offering to pay the whole year in advance. Huge mistake. You really want to take the time to see the place, go month to month. Leases here are easy to break if you don't like where you're living. It is not the United States. You're not trapped into a lease even if you sign a lease. And as long as you've been in the apartment for 90 days and give the owner a 30-day notice that you're vacating the premises, they have to give you your deposit back. So those are the common things that we did not know. We bumped our head against it, and we learned. Just like anybody else, you make a mistake, you learn from it, and you move forward. So I think things would have been a lot better if I were like my clients and had someone like myself to guide them along the way. Those 41 families that we've helped, they're not making those mistakes, and their process of coming here has been a lot smoother. So I regret not having a Go Explore Panama to give me assistance during this move. Regret. The second biggest regret is telling people our plan in advance. Whew, Lord have mercy. Some of you out there probably are already experiencing this part. So when I previewed what we were doing with close friends and family, it was met with consternation, confusion, and a couple of, what the F are you talking about? Even family members on my side thought we were moving to Queen of the South and we were going to be dodging Sicario, hitmen every day and all that good stuff. Look, by telegraphing your plans, you open the door for people to speak ill into what you're doing. People will project their own insecurities and their own fears onto you. a lot of people recognize what's happening in the United States right now. They see the pain, the suffering. They see people being kidnapped off the streets. They see the massive job loss, like 300,000 black career women are missing from the workforce in just 7 months. They see all that, but I believe that sometimes it's like physics. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. Actually, the law says an object in motion tends to stay in motion, which means the converse of that is if you're not in motion, you tend to stay at rest. And that's what's going on, I think, with a lot of people in the U.S. They're comfortable, they're at rest, and they're not ready to take the necessary actions because it is work. They're not ready to do the work to move abroad, and they project that on you. I heard all kinds of things from people. I heard you'll never give up the American lifestyle. I heard, well, why are you leaving? We all can't leave mantra. And it's like, well, it was never about everybody. At no point in my life was my life lived for everybody, nor is yours. So I don't even understand why that's a concern. But some people make it a concern. So I would just encourage you to keep the circle small. Everybody doesn't need to know what you're doing until it's really time for you to go. And by that time, you've done all the work, you've done all the planning. All they can do is just watch. I'll also tell you this. I think that first year, a lot of people were hesitant to reach out to us because they were waiting for the other shoe to drop. And the other shoe never dropped. So after that first year, people started calling us and telling us, yo, looks like you made a really good, an idea. And then after this past election, Lord knows I've been blowing up. So there is light at the end of that particular tunnel. Just be mindful of who you share that with. And finally, the number one regret of moving to Panama, not doing it sooner. Look, I wish we had made this kind of move 20 years ago. Again, I know life is stressful in the U.S., and I know some people watching this are looking for an escape plan, but I'm here to tell you, your escape plan is going to have you living better than you were living in the U.S. So don't have any fear. Don't think of it as a punishment. Look, you're about to find paradise. Think of it that way. You are getting out of hell and moving to paradise. So don't let anything stop you. Life is just everything I could think of is better here. The health care is better. The cost of living is better. The crime rate is lower. The weather is better. The food doesn't have as much preservatives or hormones in it. The produce is fresh and available. Our eggs only cost $2. Beef isn't going up. None of that silliness. We don't have political divisiveness. Half the country of Panama doesn't hate the other half of the country of Panama. No one here is attacking Black history. In fact, the government embraces teaching people about the Afro-Panamanian customs, and since they've been doing that, a lot more Panamanians identify as Afro-Panamanian now. So don't think of this as an escape plan and that you're going to be a refugee. You are a refugee because you're leaving a bad situation, but life is going to be better for you. So don't think of it as a punishment. Please, please, please. I regret not doing. I could have missed a whole lot of stuff if we had done this 20 years ago. I mean, there was some things. Look, 20 years worth of mass shootings. I could have missed all of that. Birtherism and watching people yell at Obama and then steal his power from him as president and then give it to the crazy guy and give him more power. So look, we could have missed all of that. So that's it. Those are the regrets, and I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you take away something from the video. Please, please, please remember to like and subscribe to help us grow and to show this good news to more people. And again, don't forget, we do offer full relocation services. If you're looking to get out of harm's way and into paradise, let me know. All the contact information you need is below in the description. Just scroll down, all right? Until next time, folks. Ciao.